and we're just going to download it. So we'll just download it right from here. The link is in the walkthrough. Well, that's downloading. You see it is zipped. We'll unzip it in a second. But there's one other thing that we want to download, and that is Sysmon Modular, which is a configuration file. Once again, the link is in the walkthrough for Sysmon Modular as well. It's at their GitHub page. And what we're going to do is to scroll down, and we're going to select one of the pre-configured Sysmon config files, this default one right here. So we're just going to click that, and you have the actual text for the Sysmon config file. So what I'm going to do is just select all and copy that. Then I'm going to open Notepad on my VM. I'm just going to paste everything from that Sysmon Modular, and I'm going to save that as Sysmon config.xml, because the configuration file needs to be an XML file. Now I'm going to save this in the downloads folder because that's where Sysmon most likely is. So now we have both Sysmon and the configuration file. What we can do at this point is just minimize the browser. We'll go to our downloads, and we need to unzip this. So I'm just going to double click it and then select extract all. And now you see we have Sysmon 64 and Sysmon 64A. So those are just different versions of Sysmon. We're going to install the Sysmon 64 file. So what I'm going to do with that is just copy it and just drag it or paste it into the downloads. Now you can put this anywhere else, but I'm just going to, for the ease of installing this, I'm just going to keep it in the downloads folder, but you could create a folder in somewhere else on your computer. What you want to do is just make sure that you do not delete this from your downloads folder. Obviously, in a regular system, you're not going to keep your Sysmon application in the config file in your downloads folder, but for our labs, that's fine. So what we want to do at this point is open up a command prompt, and we want to run it as administrator. Now, since we're domain joined, to run something as administrator, you're going to have to log in to an administrator account. So remember, the administrator account that you set up in Active Directory a few lessons ago is what you'll run. So now we're open as administrator. So what we want to do at this point is change directory to users. Now remember, we're on a Windows system, so we do the backslash. Price is the domain account, and that's what we're logged into. So that's what I'm going to navigate to prices and then go to downloads. So if I run dir just to see, there we see we have the Sysmon executable as well as the Sysmon config file. So to install Sysmon, we're just going to type Sysmon 64.exe. I'm going to run a dash accept end user license agreement, or a EULA. And this will just prevent us from having to to manually select OK when that EULA pops up when you're trying to install it. And then we're going to do a -I for install, and then type in the name of the configuration file, which is just sysmon.xml. So when we run this, we see that it is now installed and it is running. So we can check to see if it's running just by going to our event viewer and run it as administrator. Once again, since we're running as administrator, we need to sign in with an administrator account. Okay, so now it's open. We can hit the drop down for application and services logs, Microsoft, Windows. All right, then scroll down to Sysmon. Operational. And you see we're already logging some things. I'm going to go to here. We've already logged 312 events and it's continuing. So we'll get more into what Sysmon is, but at this point, we just wanted to make sure that we installed Sysmon with a configuration file. And once again, in the lessons on Sysmon, we'll talk more about what that configuration file does. But for right now, just for the lab setup, this is how you install Sysmon, and we just confirmed that it is running.